Hello and welcome to One Cut. I'm your host, Amber Wisman, and with me today are Autumn and Sammy. So Autumn, we'll start with you. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a percussionist and I am majoring in music business and percussion performance.
Nice. And what about you, Sammy?
I am the exact same. I'm also majoring in music business and percussion performance, and we're both seniors in the percussion studio.
Oh, great. And what instruments do you guys play?
Percussion, which
Mostly,
is roughly anything you can hit.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us about the instruments that you guys were playing in your performance that you did a while ago that we're going to show in a minute?
Yeah, so it's two marimbas and then a set of crotales, and the things in the middle are the crotales, and then the bigger instruments we're playing on are the marimbas.
Okay, and why did you set up the instruments the way that you did?
Go ahead.
In the video, so I play on the crotales mostly, so the crotales are facing my marimba, and then the low end of my marimba, or the high end of my marimba touches the low end of her marimba, so that towards the end we can play on each other's instruments. So the setup is very specific to the piece.
And what is the name of the piece?
2300 Degrees
Nice.
by Ivan Trevino.
And how many times have you guys played that?
We've performed it 5 times so far,
Nice.
and we will be performing it a 6th time in November.
Nice. And how did you guys put that together?
Well, we originally started putting it together for our junior recital, which was last spring, and we started working on it practically a year from now. And we were working on it all of last year, and then we performed it at our junior recital.
Mm-hmm.
And did anyone help you guys put this together?
Our studio teacher, Dr. Campstra, helped us put it together, and we also have watched, the piece was commissioned by a percussion duo called Escape 10, so we watched a lot of their videos, and we had a master class with Ivan Trevino, who's the composer of the piece, and he worked with us last fall as well.
Could you guys describe your experience with that class?
It was super interesting being able to talk to the composer of the piece because he was very helpful and very he gave us a lot of good advice that wasn't just about the piece, but how we could perform the piece differently than how other people would, which was unique.
So we actually have the video on here, and we can take a look at that if you'd like right now. And here it is. Wow, that was really great, you guys.
Thank you.
So, Autumn, Sammy, what was Ivan Trevino's inspiration for this piece?
Well, the name 2300 Degrees comes from, he based it off of a glass workshop that he did with a famous glassmaker, and 2300 degrees in glassmaking is it's the temperature where glass starts to get interesting. It starts to get very malleable and starts to do things that a glassmaker would want it to do. So his whole inspiration behind the piece was basically like how the glasswork process goes. So there's it's a very like dangerous profession for people. So when they do it, it's very, anything you can do can mess up your piece. So the whole piece it's basically Trevino's idea of tension and release. And then when we get to the end, the tension is finally released.
Nice. So, Autumn, what was your favorite part of this piece?
My favorite part of the piece is the middle portion where I'm playing on the marimba and the crotales, because it was definitely the hardest part, at least for me, to put together, because we're playing in different time signatures, and so for us playing in different time signatures and me trying to figure out the two parts between my left hand playing on the marimba and my right hand playing on the crotales took a long time to get it to like click and work together, but once it did, it like flows very nicely, and it was really like satisfying to be able to put that together.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So, have you played any other things by this composer?
Yeah, we've played a couple of ensemble pieces. Ivan Trevino, like I said, he came to CMU last fall and he was our guest artist for a percussion festival, and we played for that concert a piece by him called Punks, which is for ensemble, and he actually played with us in that piece. And then we've also played, what was the other one? Oh, Autumn has played Catching Shadows by Ivan Trevino with another percussionist, and then many of the other percussionists in the studio have played solos and duets written by him.
Nice. So, how do you feel about the recording process?
It was very interesting. It was interesting to see like how everyone has to like work together, and it's definitely more, you have to like put way more stuff together than I thought you did, and we had to take apart both the marimbas and bring them over here from like the percussion studio, so that was an interesting process for us too.
Nice. And what all went into that recording process?
Like Autumn said, we had to break down both marimbas, put them in the back of my car, drive them over here, put them back together, which was collectively, I think, at least 2 hours. And then once we got here, we started rehearsing right away, and the recording process itself took like maybe half an hour, and then we put everything, we had to tear down and take it back to Moss and put everything back. And it was a long day.
Yeah. So you're both music majors. How do you think your degree will benefit you in the future? And how did it benefit you with this process?
I think, well, there's a lot of different things you can do with a music business degree versus our music performance degrees. Really, you can go into any field of music business. So hopefully this video will kind of get us on the social media track.
Nice. Well, it was great having you guys here today.
Thank you.
And I'm your host, Amber Wisman. Thank you for watching One Cut. Today with me, I had Autumn and Sammy.